Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for March 10th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this could be relevant, horribly irrelevant, maybe not so much of any, maybe a little bit of both. I'm not quite sure, but stick around, enjoy the show. If you have questions about booking a session, the email address is going to be provided in the information, and in the description. You can also find me on social platforms and send me a DM, see what services I provide, what might be right for you, pricing, time zone, sales, discounts, I don't know. But anyway, this is a general collective reading. And again, don't force this to fit your life. Looks like we have a challenge up ahead of us. So we have the Queen of Swords, being completely honest, being kind of curt, actually. I think it's kind of necessary. You need to be honest about how much you have been juggling. So much has been in the air with you. And I think that there has been absolute terror in any steps forward that you've had to make. It looks like it went from healing to becoming numb. I do feel like you overdid it with yourself. I do think that you obligated yourself, maybe overextended. All right, what I see in this is, while you were making great progress, I do feel like you slipped back into what seems to be a very trigger-happy mode with you, dwelling on a karmic situation that, well, we can see from here, made you spill out. I do feel like you lost all of your anger. I feel like even your heart has numbed out with this, and that is really hard to hear. That's really even hard to say. You just want to move on. You want to let all of it go. You can't bypass this. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. I know that you have the willpower to get, just moving forward, but eventually this is going to catch up. And you might as well do this now. You don't need to be running on adrenaline. You don't need to be in fight or flight. This doesn't need to happen. So I see that honestly, you just don't care anymore. You don't. You're over it. It's lost whatever the spark was that was inside of it, and you just want to start new. Again, you cannot bypass on this, and that is the harsh reality. Spirit is not going to let you just get away with this. Spirit is telling you to keep the faith, and that you do have a wonderful, it feels like flow coming back towards you. You do have a gift that is coming towards you. The star card is also Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus, time frame. You got to get out of your head and into your feelings with this, because I see that there is kind of this element of you just giving up emotionally. I do feel like this is an excuse to hold you back. Not that you are actively pursuing it. I feel like this is a subconscious sabotage. I get it. I know that I say I get a lot of things in the readings, but honestly, I'm 36 years old. I've lived a little. And I get it. Divine magic. Pay attention. Use your stinking spidey senses. They're not lying to you. If you're having blockage about something, you need to learn to ask Spirit for direct help. One of my favorite things that I've seen recently is somebody made a video about talking to Source, talking to Spirit, like, God, angels, just help me. And you see them jumping in. Okay, we're on this. What do you need help with? Radio silence coming from the asker's side. God, just help me. Okay, but with what? I know that God's all knowing. You get what I'm saying. But anyway, it was just this really funny thing. It's so important that you actually be very clear with what you are asking help with, what you need clarity on, how you want to be shown some sort of a way. It'll be very specific towards you, and oftentimes anticlimactic, because it's this inner pull, but it will be completely clear on what it is. So pay attention to what your spidey senses are saying to you, and accept heaven's help, have faith, and stay optimistic. So what I'm getting in here is pay attention to what your senses are telling you. Obviously, there's some sort of triggers that are going on. Make sure that what is going on is actually going on and relevant and not just a trigger of a ghost flag of your life. So I do see that there is an effort here for you to ask Source, Spirit, God for clarity or help. Do it. This is also saying that it's not going to be instantaneous. It's not as you finish the words that are coming out of your mouth, that's when the ball starts rolling, but the effectiveness is going to be a little bit more further down the road. It has to have time to get to you. It is divine source, it is divine magic, but it is not on your time. Ain't that a kicker? So Spirit is saying, listen, you're going to be frustrated with waiting. I know, it's going to make you crazy. Have faith that we are going to show up for you. I know that you are probably used to a lot of people around you letting you down, disappointing you. Spirit is saying, no, hang on, hang on. I'm showing up for you. I need you to keep your hope, faith, and energy high. Let me show up for you. Let me show up for you in the right way that I know is going to best serve you. So, giving it up to God seems to be a theme. Let's look at what you have to look forward to. What are some things that you need to keep your eye out for? That it's not going to happen on your time. And that, yes, you are in transition mode right now. You are not where you were, but you are not where you are going. You are in the limbo and building the foundation. So this is talking about what do you want it to be made out of? Actually, I am. You know, I use the books as I'm getting to learn the decks. No, I can't just throw them out. But anyway, sit down, shush up, listen. 28. We're going to read this as a general message, and you are going to watch in horrified glory as I screw up almost every word. I said what I said. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when you focus, when your focus needs. See what I told you? What did I tell you? It's so bad at times. Okay. This is a time when your focus needs to be on foundations you build upon. See? And I was screwing up how it needed to be said. It's one of those days, baby. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will be effective, that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So this is really talking about checking where your morals and values lie, because it's underwriting during this waiting period of where you are going. That's what you have to look forward to. Every thought, every care, every process that you're going towards is underwriting the very foundation of where you are going. So it's almost like you are in a dreamlike state. And look at the bottom of this flippin' deck. This has been showing up so much. The people that you are going to surround yourself with are going to be those deep soul contracts. Who do you want by your side? Who do you want to go forward with you? Who shares compatible vision with you? Who's in line with where your integrity and your morals, your ethics, all of that? Who's in line with that? Don't be afraid to let people go on their own paths. This is their regeneration time just as much as it is yours. This is a very important time for redirection for everybody. So I get that you probably want to compare your timeline to other people's, and you're seeing all these things happen for them. You're hearing all these stories that are happening for them. I don't care. What happens behind closed doors is something that I think that nobody outside of it is going to be aware of. You can't compare something that you are not part of the experience of. So this is saying, Are these people in alignment? Are these situations in alignment with what has become you and what is becoming the you? Are you in alignment? So now I got to give you crap, and I'm going to. I give myself crap for this all the time. Where have you repressed yourself for the sake of others? Where have you repressed your gifts, your talents, your ambition, even sharing your dreams because of who was around? Was at a point of them not taking it seriously, laughing it off, maybe even thinking that you're crazy, or maybe they just didn't even care at all. So why waste it? Where have you repressed your gifts and talents? Where have you repressed your truth in this? You've blocked your own peace. You've blocked the own peace that was coming towards you. It may have been uncomfortable for a while, but Spirit is telling you, learn from that mistake of letting those energies around you. Take it moving forward. I get that some people can be really cool, but guess what? They're not always going to be meant for you. Okay. All right. So let's unpack this bad boy. Spirit is telling you it is time to clean out your life. It's time for you to get rid of so much excess people, excess materialisms. I'm not telling you to have the biggest garage sale on the planet or just dropping everything and running. So let's calm down on that one. What I am saying is stop hoarding everything. Stop holding on for dear life. This art of losing is going to be a beautiful and sweet and twinge of pain in as far as a blessing goes. I see that it's going to be sour in letting it go, but also it's going to make you want to shut down and just watch and see who just goes. It's telling you to take the steps in this, to be the voice in this. Don't give your choice away to other people or situations. Be the active choice, decision maker in this. You're going to stay in this emotional purgatory until you make definitive decisions and not let people or other situations take that right of the decision away from you. So, what do you need to be warned against other than that bad boy? Okay. What do you need to be warned against? Disassociation much? Burying yourself in your work? I see you. Being on a constant cycle of stricter and more intense regimes. This pretending to have something that you don't, and it's not dogging you down with that. Pretending to have something that you don't have for the sake of having one up over another person. You don't need to be that person, and you don't need to pull the reins in so strict. It's time for you to, I think, give yourself a little bit of ease and grace. So what else? What else do you need to watch out for? Being an ask hole. That's what I said. Isn't that a good one? So constantly asking without doing the work and having others do the work for you. I'm not saying that you're doing that. I'm saying watch out for those pitfalls, because there is a victim and rescuer dynamic that is a very strong potential here, and I don't want you to live in that mentality. Ask and then don't change anything. Haven't you known enough people like that? You don't need to be part of that population. It's obnoxious. Okay, so this is what I just pulled from that deck. All right. What is some guidance from Spirit after you avoid those pitfalls? Leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen and follow the steps. I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. I tell so many clients, keep a pen and paper or your phone by your bed so that you can record your dreams when they're fresh or if they wake you up in the middle of the night. There's a message that is coming through. Dream talk. I flippin' love it. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Okay. I am the angel of marriage. Okay, so commitments. And I'm assisting you right now. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow your insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, and parenting children. And I also want one more. There's one more. I do feel very confident with this. I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. My dear, you are the creative consciousness of the creative Christ. I'll say it like that. The spirit, the great good thing, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I'm getting immediately. So you going through an ascension is your direct soul connection to source and spirit, and it's in constant communication with you. You are you know how the Bible says, made in likeness of Christ. You are made in that likeness. You are that extension. You are that divinity. You are the God. Okay, I'm trying to find the words to say this. I'm just sounding like a moron. Like I should be drinking the punch. No, I'm not trying to do that. But what I am trying to say is you are the expression of source and spirit, and it's trying to get you to waken up to your gifts on this, and that it has this direct connection to you, and it's trying to point you to your divinity and your purpose and your path and the people who are around you. And it's trying to talk through signs, symbols, dream talk, everything that we had already talked about. And that there's a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome and a lot of blocks to yourself in this. And it feels like physical blocks. And whatever your awakening process is, that's going to get you out of this emotional purgatory. There's a huge commitment that is coming into play. So you have to be committed to this path. Spirit is telling you, once you watch what you have been watching out for and you've passed those little bits, then you have this to look forward to. But you can't just dabble in this. Spirit wants your full-on commitment with this, and it's not to get you to like follow anything that is strict. It's actually meant to make your heart light, and it's also meant to redirect the energies that are around you. So honestly, I feel like you are waking up in basically a new timeline, and I know how weird that sounds. So my dear, after you wake up, what's going on? Are we going garage sailing? Like, what's the deal? Okay. Let's see. First off, you're going to have better boundaries in place. You are uneffable with, but you are also going to be extending that grace towards others, and doing not as they undo to themselves. They don't know what they're doing. It's going to be really stupid hard to pull one over on you. And honestly, I feel this jovial energy that is just coming through you. So it's like, yeah, you're part of the party, baby. And what I see here is major intuition healing, which means that you will get your sign synchronicities, your intuitive pull, and you're not going to be so quick to dismiss it. And we have past life issues. So, okay, so a lot of condemnation. Did I say that right? Condemnation brought on through either your lineage or your soul's experience. And this is saying you can't take that with you in your ascension. You have a higher vibration that's coming in with you, and you need to stay away from toxicity. There's one more in here, and I feel like it's okay. So apparently it's these two. Hang on, I don't even know what they are yet. Yeah. Release and law of attraction. All right, I was talking about this earlier, and I was with somebody who's very important to me. And it's this holding on to the past, holding on to thoughts, to memories, holding on to objects, holding on to relationships, holding on with a death grip. Spirit is telling you to learn to release so that you can have even more alignment thrown your way, flowing your way. You can't hold on and expect a higher vibration. What you're holding on to was of a former vibration and a former energy of you. To let that go and let it release is going to allow you to move up. Now, it's not saying that what you're releasing is bad or terrible or anything. It means that it has simply served its purpose and needs to flow on to the next person that needs it, or the next situation that needs it. So that being said, what needs you right now? What are you calling into you? Now, we got to go towards here. Your magic. Ooh. Not being so dead set, huh? This is so obnoxious. Final card for the Spirit. Ready, set, go. You're going to have a life of beautiful peace. There is a sense of tranquility with it. Now, that's not to mean there's not going to be some hard work with it. But your life does not have to be so hard. And it does not have to be so dogged down. And it doesn't have to be so overbearing. You want to be made light? Spirit is coming in to help you with that. And your path is going to be made a little bit more easy for you. I know how crazy that can sound. I know that I'm talking very quietly today. My energy is incredibly tired. So I kind of have to show up that way. I'm trying, but this is what it is. All right, you. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for March 10th, 2022, also being timeless. So go make this life happen. Start to let good things come your way. If you have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and find my email in the description, or you can find me on the social platform, send me a DM. I know that my old Instagram is hacked, still working on it, but I have a new one up. Go find me on there, send me a DM. You can also do it on Facebook, anywhere, find me. But yeah, I'm never going to reach out to you and be like, my ancestors told me that, you know, you could be in line for a free reading, what's up? I'm never going to be that person. So if anyone that has my picture says that, report them. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye. All right, it looks like we are starting something new, and it's going to really involve you having to look at the big picture, because otherwise I see not even wanting to partake in this. It has nothing to do with the other person. Okay, I don't know if I can really say that. It doesn't have everything to do with the other person. I'm seeing that there needs to be a level of detachment in this, and that you have to learn to not outrun something just because you are feeling triggered. I know, I'm not telling you to stay in any sort of abusive, toxic, or illegal situation, so let's get that out of the water. What I'm seeing in here is you need to learn to relax where you are. I'm not telling you to let everything be bypassed, not even a little bit. So a lot of mental willpower going through on this. I know that you're going to want to outrun whatever your situation is. You are being triggered. Assess your situation and make sure that you are safe, actually safe in this. I think that you are, but again, if you are in any sort of danger, toxic, violent, illegal, whatever the case may be, get out. I don't care. But in the chance that you're not, because I think that that's a really good chance, this is saying willpower, strength. It's going to be exhausting for a minute. Okay. What I'm seeing in here is the trigger seems to be a very fulfilling connection in your life. It's weirdly fulfilling, but why is it triggering? Okay. I'm seeing that, okay, so this is about keeping up appearances and dysfunction. This, lies, deceit, not my circus, not my monkeys. Okay. Somebody's squirming under their skin, and I think that it's very apparent. And it looks like there's rejection all around this. What this is telling you is, if this is you, There's a karmic lesson that you need to avoid right now. What you're experiencing is the shadow work, and it's making you crawl in your skin, and it's overwhelming. I do see that this is fulfilling. So what's after this? Well, you get the gift. You have the choice. You have balance and restoration, and this is peace. So willpower. I'm still shuffling, but I really want to talk about this. So I have judgment, I have justice, both in the reverse. It wasn't fair what happened to you, not even a little bit. And it's not right. But the thing is, there's a point of, I guess, trying to avoid another lesson about this. What do you need to do right now? So what I'm seeing right here is you need to start speaking up. You need to start sharing your voice. The karmic lesson is about you learning when not to be silent. That's a major karmic lesson now, isn't it? I see you taking a grand leap into it. This is involving what's done in the dark. Not literal. No, maybe for some few. But anyway, what has been done in secret? You can't outrun this. I do feel like it's been part of your story for a very long time. I see you jumping into this full throttle, and I see that this is something that you are not going to be bringing. There is a sense of rejection happening, so I see you projecting it outwardly. We have the Page of Swords here, and we also have, this, you talking about this, you and learning to speak up and cause kind of a ruckus. I do feel like it is going to cause kind of a ruckus. It's going to make some things happen really fast in your life and take a lot of notice towards you. And I do see that you're going to choose, I guess, the action, action. The next step, momentum, whatever you want to call it. You're going to take that action. You're not going to sit here and wallow in whatever that pain was. I think that you've held on to it long enough. Okay. Temperance. It's going to take a long time for you to experience a true sense of freedom from whatever it is that you are getting off of your chest. But it starts now. Yeah, this is going to upset some people. But I see that this is, it's going to knock people down a peg, bring them down to earth. I feel like whoever this is involving feels like they are untouchable. I feel like you're going to, okay, so let's see. We had the moon and now we have the sun. So whatever secrets are going to be revealed, and it's going to upset some people. However, I see that this is really clearing the pathway for you and letting you experience what seems to be security and happiness and a sense of, freedom. This is so incredibly frustrating, and I feel that there's a lot of dwelling on a karmic situation in your life. I do feel like you've poured your heart out. I think that you've given a lot of yourself to the point where you have been drained. So I see you dwelling on that. I see that you've used almost all your resources, and Spirit's waiting for you to trip as you step back over those Two of Cups now, isn't it? It seems like no matter how much good you have done in this, no matter how much work, no matter how much seems to be blossoming, there seems to be some sort of a mess. Somebody who feels confined, somebody who can't seem to get out of their own way to heal. I do feel like this may be a few people that you are dealing with, and that you keep hitting dead ends. That's so frustrating. I see there is a bonus coming in for you. I do see that there's something that is going to replenish your energies. I see a lot more resources coming in your way. This dead end is a dead end. It's a dead end. But I see a new start coming in that has a lot of fertile ground to work with. I really feel like you are being taken out of the hangman position. I do feel this excitement coming from you again, but I also see that this is going to take a lot of work to fully get there, to fully feel this out. I want you to think long term. I think I said that in another mini read today too. So this is going to be one step after another, a lot on your plate, but I feel the excitement coming in for it. So we have healing coming in out of a time of just being in the gray, being in that purgatory. So hey, lots of wands around this. So let's see. I want to say fire energy. Yeah. It's coming towards the 10 of Cups. There's a lot of work involved, and it's going to be keeping you busy for an extended period of time, but you are going to be more than compensated. And I see a lot of resources coming in, but I see a lot of fulfillment coming in too. So you're going to be taken care of. Spirit is definitely looking out for you. And I know that whatever you have been stressing out about this situation is definitely coming to an end. The stressors, the anxiety, the what have you is starting to fall out. It's going to be a slow process moving forward. I'm sure that you're nervous about moving forward, but you're going to cut away the stagnance. So congrats. Stop holding yourself back. There is a lesson in the pain, a lesson in the letdowns of your life when it comes to either serendipitous situations or people. It's going to come up again. Yes, I do feel like these are very deep soul bonded connections. Yes, I do believe that they hurt you on some level. I feel the pain that they have caused you. But I'm also seeing that in that pain, there was a gift. So I kind of want to look into that with you. First off, learning how to be present, stop upsetting yourself. I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm saying the dwelling in it. But being in the here and now, there is such a gift as being in the here and now because you get to navigate where you are going. You are full on ready to take the plunge, but the thing is you are in a waiting period because this part of life is not ready for you. So instead of creating chaos where you stand, because I think that's what you're used to, it's begging you to take this challenge and try and find peace in the waiting. So what is this going to look like for you? Okay, so peace in the waiting. Great. Try baptizing a cat. See what happens. Okay. Ooh. Let go of all the expectations. Let this come to an end and understand that you have many choices that are going to be coming up ahead. So this is a planning period for you. I do feel like there is incredible lessons in developing your intuition. In this waiting period, you are being pulled in more than one direction. You do have more than one choice. It's telling you to look at your options. You think that you keep missing out on time. Time with what? Time against who others' time. You keep trying to line it up to some imaginary influence that's on the side of this that has absolutely no bearing on your life. I do feel like this is a comparison. Spirit is telling you that there is beauty in the waiting time, and while you are waiting, understand that whatever you are waiting to have come towards you is going through its own burning period. You've already experienced the burn. Now it's the whole cocooning and recovery time. Nobody likes that feeling of being in the burning. Understand the excruciating, exquisite pain that is that, and really honor where you are right now. Things are going to get better, but there's also a waiting period. I think that this is kind of trying to crack open your imagination. See what it is that you can manifest, because it's getting into alignment with something else. So this is saying stop trying to avoid the conflict. It's time for you to connect to source. Stop learning a lesson that you've already learned. You're not learning anything. You're just repeating something, hoping that you're going to have the different result or the different lesson. That's the definition of madness. So what are you doing? This is saying let your life change. Let yourself be changed. Stop putting yourself through hell. Learn how to ask for help. You keep trying to make sure that everything is going to be taken care of and be meeting you in the middle, but you're completely overshadowing the situation. there has to be a better plan rather than you in continual burnout and continual ruin. That's kind of where I feel like we are right now. So learn to ask for help. If you keep asking for help and it gets shot down, look elsewhere. Yes, you will have to take certain roads in your life. Yes, you will have to do certain things by yourself. But what you're doing is not that. This is everything and anything and everyone else's extras on your shoulders. Stop. No. You trying to control this is making you break. You are human. Yes, you're a spiritual being having a human experience, but you're still freaking human. Please take this off of your plate. And I know that you know exactly what is not yours. This is going to cause some sort of euphoric restart in your life. This idea of saying no. I think you're going to probably become one of those insufferable people with that one, just saying no like it's a seasoning. Oh yeah, sprinkle that on that. But I really love this for you. I think that you're going to tick off some really entitled people, but you all know what? They have to learn when to kind of do things on their own, don't they? I'm not telling you to wrongfully abandon anything. No, not at all. People have to learn how to swim on their own. What you are giving them by saying no is going to be a gift. You are so incredibly appealing to so many different sections of life. You have made yourself so indispensable, but you have to understand that just because you're indispensable doesn't mean that you have to be dispensed everywhere. Learn where your places are. Learn what your truth is. And honestly, this is telling you that you have to take responsibility for some of the unfair places that you have been. What about you was so compatible and compliable with this? It's held you back. So it doesn't have to be this hard, and be very intentional with what you are calling in with this. Because even though it doesn't have to be this hard, dwelling on what has taken place is only going to create more of it. I hope that this made sense. It's decision time. All right, since you haven't found your way, doesn't mean that you are not going to find your way. It doesn't mean that you missed the boat on this. It does feel like you are digging away at some sort of ideals. It feels like you are trying to figure out who you are supposed to be in the world or how you are supposed to be. And what I'm seeing here is you gotta accept a few honest truths about yourself. First off, you are not nearly as strict and as disciplined as you had hoped that you would be. You are somebody who goes after the fun and adventures of life. It doesn't take away from the meaningfulness of it. It doesn't mean that you're not committed. In fact, I see that, if anything, you are incredibly committed. Just because life doesn't always have to be serious doesn't mean that you're not taking it serious. I do feel like you are, but I also see that you see it the way that it is and are trying to make it lighthearted. That is definitely part of your purpose. It doesn't always have to be pain. It doesn't always have to be something that's overshadowing. This is saying what you want and what you want to go after is not going to be in line with what everyone else or with their determination of what success or effectiveness is. You are incredibly effective being in your authentic self, and you don't know who's going to need you in this. Well, they need you authentically, but you don't know who's you're going to affect with this. And you don't know who's calling out to you. You got to take this mask off of yourself and really just honestly take away all this worry about what other people could say, because everybody's going to have something to say about you at some point. So it's kind of a moot point, and just kind of go after this. I don't care what this is. I don't care what it looks like, but you have to be honest with how light you want this life to be and not worry about what the fallout of it's going to be. I'm getting pulled to use this deck in this now. So mermaids and dolphins, what do you want to tell about their commitment? Be very detailed in that wish, because I think that it's watered down and just broad because you don't really necessarily feel like you deserve the exact of it. I feel like it's maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. No, cut the crap on that. be very detailed and determined about what it is that you want. Ask Spirit to provide it for you and know that you are worth this. And Spirit is telling you, be very careful what you wish for at this time and make sure that it is you, because you are going to get what you wish for. You're going to make it happen. There has to be an emotional connection to it. You're going to have it coming through the people that you meet and who are in your circle right now.